Good morning, everyone. So we're working on Arudis's full Kevlar e92. We've been on it a couple of days, although it doesn't look like it, but we've been on it a couple of days. So Arudis removed the vinyl, the old vinyl. It's going to go back to exactly how it was a couple of years ago, but it's all going to be refreshed, obviously. So at the moment, Toya is on her hands and knees sanding the car, which is not our normal. It's not our normal port of call when it comes to doing liveries or wrapping. But what we done is we got this car in. Arudis had obviously stripped the vinyls off for us, ready to go, which is obviously normally a massive help. But in this case, we thought it left full glue, which is unusual because the vinyls that we use don't tend to do that. The wrap vinyls don't tend to leave full glue. So it was like tacky to touch. So we thought, oh, we'll clean it. We'll go over it with like, you know, like a glue remover, glue and tile remover, panel prep it all up. But it just wasn't touching it. We ended up going with like really high glue remover to get it. Nothing would touch it. I even put petrol on it to try a bit, and petrol wouldn't even touch it. So I'm like, right, this can't be glue. So it ended up being what I think it is personally. I think it's a top coat of the epoxy of the Kevlar. Like, I don't know if it had reacted. It'd been on there a couple of years, so I don't know if it had reacted to it. I genuinely don't know, but anyway, we had to get a plastic scraper, scrape as much as we could off, and then we've had to wet flat the whole car. So yeah, it's been it's been a nightmare. I'm not gonna lie, it's been an absolute nightmare. But we're back to a car which is now smooth again. We've just got to give it a wash down, and then we can start the wrap. So yeah, we're already 2 days in, 2 days behind of what we should be, but yeah, it is what it is. So needed a smooth base to start. You can't stick over the top of all that stuff anyway. So obviously the car had some damage in the last couple of years. It replaced this Kevlar seal. The door is still damaged. Obviously it popped back out, but you've got like crease lines in it. That's always going to show through the wrap. There's nothing you can do about that. But the rest of it, like I say, the rest of it will be going down as it was. So this car itself, I thought I'd do a quick video because I've always said livery on this car is like a bit of artwork because nothing's computer cut on it. So everything that you see on this car will be hand laid. So we're wrapping whole sections of the car, and then you'll have like panels like this, which are done with cutting tape. This is the old roof, obviously. There was nothing wrong with this, so we left this on. But we've got like panels inside here, which are all done with 3M cutting tape. So nothing's computer cut. So it's all by eye. So yeah, it is literally like a bit of artwork. So yeah, it should be quite a nice one to do. I'll try and do some stop-start motion on this one. I never normally get time to do it, but I'm going to try and set up the camera so you can see what we do on it. But yeah, it's a super wide aggressive kit. It looks amazing. But yeah, very, very cool. Just a pain in the butt so far. So yeah, but we're getting there. So a couple of hours, we'll give this a nice good wash down again properly. Now it's all sanded, we'll give it a wash down and then get it back in, clean out the unit, and we'll start wrapping today. And then it leads me today. I might have to do a night on it. Yeah, might have to do a night on it, and then a day and maybe tomorrow night because the Arudis is picking it up on Thursday. So I have warned him, I have messaged him, I have warned him, but yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to be done, but we will do it. Yeah, Toy just shouted, we will do it. So it's we always do, regardless of the times. I always say my days are not like normal days, are they? Like when this is the thing as well. When you price for stuff, you can't always price with wraps for what you do because everyone goes from 9 to 5. But our days are like 8 in the morning till sometimes 2 the following morning. Like it just doesn't equate to days. So if you was to split this up on a daily rate, you'd probably be doing 4 days, 5 days. You know, not 2. Like we price it as 2, but our 2 days are like 5 days. So, but yeah. Anyway, right. Let's waffle in and let's crack on and do it. So the problem with that, you can seal the repair work that's been done on the Kevlar.
Nothing you can do about that.
No, that's it. You can only work what you've got, can't you? Right. Alright, so we've got a few sections laid down. Obviously, what I'm saying is on this sort of stuff, you see how rough these edges are. Look, you end up having a problem like that. So now I've got to try and take that off and redo that. But look, all the edges are so rough because it's bare Kevlar. Look, it's just rough as it can be on the edges on this. So you can only lay down what you've got going onto. That's literally, look, that's what I've got to lay down onto. So yeah, it's not an easy one, I'm not gonna lie. Same as like here, you know, normally we would feed under and tuck under, but there's just no way. It's raw composite, it just won't stick to this. There's not even silicone, I don't know what it is, like a release stuff, but it's just raw Kevlar underneath. So I mean, you can look at the edges there, you know, you can see how rough they are. Really, really quite bad. So it's not like doing a normal wrap. So, you know, you just can't guarantee how long this stuff is going to last. I mean, it's a real decent premium cast wrap, but you know, when you've got edges like that to stick to, you know, they're never ever going to stay. That, I mean, there's just no way it will stay stuck to that stuff. As much as I can heat it and do what I need to do. Also, obviously, all these panel joins, normally we would wrap around the back of the doors, but it catches on every single time you open it. So you're having to trim vinyls back just to make it obviously fit. So yeah, it's I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit of a pain, but it is getting there. It is getting there. Just taking some time. This is the side to it that people don't see. They see these cars coming in here looking, you know, rough, and they come out looking amazing, but they don't see the time it takes to get this stuff working like that. So yeah, it's a long process. Hence why sometimes, you know, stuff like this can cost you up to a couple of grand to do. It's you know, It's not a cheap process. People think it's just, oh, chuck some vinyls on a car, you know, like all this stuff. All right, it might not be to everybody's taste, but regardless what people's taste is and what they want, the fitting application is still, you know, the same for every single job. You know, whether it's stripes, whether it's dragons, whether it's flowers, whatever it may be. You know, you've still got to cut, prep, fit, and it takes a lot of time. So all custom stuff does. No matter what you're doing, paint. You know, if you're custom painting a car, you know, yes, you can go and get a blowover for 500-600 quid from somewhere. But most places are literally 5-6 grand, you know, for a decent, if not more than that. I know people that charge 10 grand for a paint job, like. So yeah, it's just one of the things, I think. But it doesn't make your job easy when stuff like this is here. So yeah, it's one of them things. But you know, you've got to try and do the best job that you could possibly do. Hence, why we've had to sand it, why we've tried to get the edges off. But you know, that said, in a year's time, I love my wraps going out and staying good. We've got wraps that used to be ex-BDC cars, which is obviously no longer a thing, and they still look as good as the day they were done. So, but you know, with this one, you just can't guarantee it because you've got, like, I mean, look, there's just absolutely no way that is ever going to stay stuck permanently onto that. It just doesn't work. But yeah, we do our best, as we always do. Right, let's crack on, we're never going to get done. Right, so it's midnight. We've been rolling around on the floor all day. I've just put the cutting line to do the blue bit on this side. Done the bottom skirts, I've still got to do the blue bit at the front. But we've done a fair big chunk today, considering how bad that Kevlar was. We've done an absolutely massive chunk today. So yeah, tomorrow morning I'm going to wrap the front bumper blue and black, wrap the front skirts blue, and then the back bumper's got to go purple, and then, believe it or not, it looks like it's done, but it's not, it's nowhere near. So we've got to do all of the panelling inside this. So you have like a dark blue panelling like this sort of thing, and then after that you've got like a very thin line, which is like this, that goes all the way around the inside of them, which is all laid in by hand. So yeah, it's a real task to do this car, but yeah, it's gonna look wicked when it's done. But oh, it is cold in here now, it's freezing, and I don't want to start putting heaters on now, so I'm going in. Plus it's midnight. Who works till bloody midnight? But anyway, right, let's crack on tomorrow because it is cold. Whew, too cold for wrapping, that's for sure. Right, okay, so we are really getting there now. Most of the things wrapped. I've still got to do the centre part of the front bumper. But when I said earlier in the video about it being a bit of artwork, obviously a nothing cut computer cut. So basically this shape here, which then has the light silver, matte silver inside that. There's like a edge which runs round. Exactly like on the door here. Basically that. None of this is computer cut, so all this is done by eye. So if you look here, the green little strip there, that's cutting tape. So what we'll do, we'll lay this colour dark blue over the top of that, then pull that cutting tape through, which will leave the shape. So yeah, it's a really detailed way of doing it. But it means I can follow the body lines without having to try and work out a computer cut file, if that makes sense. But yeah, we're on the last knockings of the livery now. We'll say last knockings, it's still going to be probably 5-6 hours, but yeah, we are covered. Most of the car is what I meant to say. So most of the car is covered. Yeah, again, like I say, we've got that one pinned out there, ready to cut through. So yeah, it's just a case of going around and making the shapes now and cutting them through. But that's going to take some time. You can probably see by my eyes, I'm absolutely shattered. It's the end of day 2. Well, I say the end of day 2. I use that quite loosely. It's midnight, but the car is 99% done. I've still got about 2.5 hours of logo cutting, and I've still got to wrap the middle of the front bit of the bumper, but Arunas is collecting it tomorrow, so I'm probably gonna do tonight is go indoors now, get all the logos cut and layered, so it's just one hit in the morning, and then yeah, it's just a case of doing the little splitter edges and oh, I've lost track of what I'm saying. I'm so tired. I've lost track of what I'm saying. Anyway, let me spin the camera around and show you what I've done. So yeah, so I'll say it and I'll say it again. This car is like a bit of artwork. So none of this is computer cut. This is all hand laid. So I put the green cutting tape out as I showed you earlier, cut round this colour, and then all of these silver pin lines are laid in by hand. So yeah, there's not a single thing on this which has been computer cut, apart from obviously the logos that go on it. But yeah, it's looking really, really good. I've still got to wrap the front bit here in blue. Personally, I'd leave the Kevlar. I really like the Kevlar look. I think the Kevlar there and the Kevlar at the front there looks super, super tough. But Arunus likes all this blue, so I'm going to do all that blue. I think we're going to do like a pin line going around here and side split, or we might do the purple. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, it's been a long day. But they're all obviously cutting taped on. All the pin lines are done. Yeah, looks super, super rad. Nice. Right, go cut the logos, and then it's a bedtime, and then tomorrow, tomorrow should be about, I reckon, about 3.5, 4 hours on that, if I can get all the logos cut tonight. And then I'm going to sit down for the day and do nothing. Right, Michael dropped his Impreza off today. This is going to be really, really cool, actually. We're going with a full Cusco replica livery on this, like the early Subaru. And if you haven't already seen in the video, there looks like an identical one over there, but it's only half. It's half a car, it's his trailer. Well, okay, so it's day 3. Car's pretty much done. I'm still waiting on Arunus to let me know what he's doing with his front bumper. I think it needs the same Kevlar. I think it looks absolutely awesome, but he might want it blue. But other than that, the car's done. Yeah, it looks super, super rad. The splitter I done like a blue with a pin line on again as well. And then he's got some side skirt pieces he's dropping up. But yeah, looks super, super rad. Right, so what I've done is I've just filled these interior bumper parts here black. So I think it looked better than having the whole bit just left there. So yeah, it looks really good now. But yeah, very, very cool. All finished, all done. Smart, very smart. I was never a lover of matte colours, but I've really come around to matte colours recently on the livery. I think they look really smart, especially metallic mattes. Yeah, very, very cool looking car indeed. A lot of work, but it's done.